I think we probably came here around 1938 or 39, and except for about a 13-year stint running my company in Venice, California, I've lived here my whole life, and I'm hopefully next month going to be 72.
Very
So,
good. And you graduated the Morris school system as well, right?
Well, I actually went to Morris Township Junior High School,
Mm-hmm.
and because we used to go back and forth to Florida, I actually went to high school there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't go to Morristown High School.
Right.
I went to Morris Township.
Morris Township back in the day. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm also a former camper at Delbarton.
Very good. So, again, explain what this picture is that you presented to us.
So you're looking at Washington Valley from Picatinny Road, and you're looking out over the meadow of our farm there called Valley View. And so you'll see that there's some barns in the background there, and just in front of those barns are pine trees, which have now grown quite tall. And they do unfortunately block the view to some degree from Picatinny Road. So the idea would be to, if I may quote somebody else, to make Picatinny Road scenic again. And one of the ways to do that is to, we're proposing to sell a block of land which is on Picatinny Road. It's about a 6-acre piece, which the township would become the owner of. It would forever remain a meadow, and it would enable the township to complete a complete loop of our property, which would be a little over a mile, from the Morris Township community garden all the way around the property back to the Morris Township community garden.
Mr. Rosenhaus, Tim's going to explain all
He's
that
gonna explain
with
all
his
that.
presentation.
Right, there you go.
But
Right.
that's the view from
That's the view
Picatinny
from
Road.
Picatinny Road, which we'll preserve.
And if anybody in the audience has never been to Picatinny Road at sunset, I urge you to go up to the Picatinny Road between Mr. Rosenhaus's property and Villa Walsh. There is a peak in Picatinny Road where you can see 4 miles, and it is, people pull off the side of the road to watch the sunset over the hills. It is spectacular, and this is one of the reasons why we want to preserve that view shed. Mr. Quinn, take it away.
Thank you, Mayor. This is in reference to a open space acquisition application the Township of Morris has made to Morris County Open Space. As part of that requires a public hearing and public commentary on what we would like to purchase. To give you a little bit of background on this, we did an acquisition back in 2014 and finalized that in 2015 with Mr. Rosenhaus. It's a 57-acre gorgeous piece of property in Morris Township. The ones that are there in yellow, we purchased 20 acres back then. And what was also very attractive to the township, besides preserving this property, Mr. Rose and Mrs. Rosenhaus deed restricted so that the remaining acreage would be only 3 lots, so it couldn't be subdivided any further for any type of development. With that, and the lavender, the blue, and the green are the 3 lots that were preserved back in 2015. What we did in that lower right-hand side is where our very famous now community garden is going, that is thriving. And then we have built trails along the other pieces. We have a couple connector pieces. We have the large piece over here overlooking Delbarton, with the picture that you have here, and then another connector piece, and then there's 2 lots that are up off of Reed Road. What we have put forward to the County Open Space Committee is to complete that loop, and in discussions with Mr. and Mrs. Rosenhaus, would be able, first thing to buy is that green piece. That's a 6-acre lot, and that's right along the border of Picatinny Road. There would also be a couple of connector pieces up top of the blue lot there to connect into the yellow lot, and then farther down on the green just below that where the kind of the orange color, that would be the color, or different color yellow going into the green. There's a piece in there that we would purchase as part of that, and then an easement across the driveway that goes into the lavender lot, and then it also goes up towards that blue lot there. This would give us full access for passive recreation to build that trail around the entire property. And also, again, you know, preserve this into the future as the scenic view shed that's there, and provide the passive recreation to our residents. This purchase, as I said, 6.02 acres. The connector pieces bring it up to just under 7.94 acres. What is also very attractive is you'll see in the blue there is another green color there. That's a pond. We thought that that would be a very nice amenity for the township. It has easy access coming in off the property from Reed Road, but also would have access to it through our trail system that we plan to put in there. It's a historic pond. It's been there for many, many years, and again, it's a terrific amenity for that. As part of the open space process, the value that was appraised at is $1,042,800. In our application, we have requested 75% of the acquisition cost from the County Open Space Fund in the amount of $782,100, and the township would contribute 25% of the acquisition cost of $260,700. That is money that is currently in our open space trust fund, so there wouldn't be any additional taxes or anything else to raise the money for this acquisition if we are awarded to it by County Open Space Committee. This Morris County Open Space application requires a public hearing, which we're doing now. Mayor, I would request that you open it up to the public for any commentary on the open space application, and Mrs. Miller will record their comments so that we can forward them up as part of our application process.